So most of you will know me sort of as the podcast guru of the Gold Coast and Australia. But actually, probably what's even more I'm more passionate about is AI. And I've been working now with Ryan. I met Ryan at this group about 18 months ago now, and we conceived an idea sitting in KFC. Actually, the very first day we met, and we still go to KFC once a week now, just to reminisce on that. So, look, what we're here to show you today is our new software that's launched this week, and we are incredibly excited about this because, as I said, we've been talking about AI and become very passionate about how you can implement AI into your business to give you a massive advantage and bring more income into your business. Now, today we want to show you what we're launching, which is called Smart Chat AI, and what it actually is probably the most cost-effective and easiest way you can implement AI into your business now and know nothing else about AI. That will give you essentially a new employee in your business, okay? So all of you have probably heard the word chatbot, and you've seen these little things turn up here, okay? But the world of chatbots has changed. I want to change the word that you're using. Don't use the word bot. This is actually now a new employee for your business, because guess what? You train this chat, this piece of AI, to know more about your business than you do. You feed it every little bit of information you know about your business, and it never forgets. It never has a bad day, and this becomes your customer service rep that is at the front of your website for everyone who visits 24/7, ready to answer any question that they've got. Who here uses ChatGPT? Awesome, that's fantastic. Who here has already used it enough now that you're not going to Google much anymore? Because guess what? You don't want to have to search. You don't want to have to go and look through sites. You just want the answer straight away. Well, guess what? That's where the world is headed. That's where in 2 to 3 years, everyone won't be searching for things. They'll just be asking for answers. Same thing when people visit your website. They don't want to go and look for the information. They're going to want to just ask for the answer. And this is what a chatbot, or what I'm going to call an AI assistant, actually does for you. So I'm going to throw over to Ryan now. He's going to give you a demo. We're really excited. This is, and what I'm going to show you too, when you see this, you'll be blown away by what you see. It's incredibly cost effective, and what would have cost businesses $20,000, $30,000, $100,000 to implement no more than 5 years ago. It's now starts at $30 a month, just so you know. It's amazing. Over to you, Ryan.
Sweet, thank you. Yeah. That's a good intro, Adam.
That was actually human, believe it or not.
I don't believe you for a second, to be honest. He's been practicing that all night in front of the mirror, no doubt. Yeah, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start off and just do a quick demonstration and show you through the software. So I'm glad Andrew's here because I wanted to pick on, it's not your website, but the business's website, right? So chatbots, as Adam was saying, they're legacy item as far as I'm concerned now on the website. So people are using your website. You're either driving traffic to your website or a landing page, or people are going and visiting your website as social proof, right? So it doesn't matter if you're not driving, if you're posting anything on social media, people are going to be going and checking out your website as social proof, and they're most probably going to have questions, right? So I've been running an AI chatbot on my website with my other business, Biku, for most probably about 18 months, must be about that. And it significantly has reduced the amount of support calls that I get, emails through to the business, and also generates me money where people are asking about particular products and they're interested in buying, especially when it comes to our service-based stuff. So not so much on the product side, but when we do our interior design and our interior decorating, they can ask a lot of questions. Now the great thing about these bots, so this is what a bad bot looks like, and this is what most people have right now, okay? So, and this is all you could do, okay? The technology was never there before to actually have a decent bot. So you can come onto the website, and basically all you can do is, select your location, put out a name, a mobile number, chat, do a message and send, right? People want to get instant gratification. They want instant results, instant answers, right? And so this is where the downside of the bots have been. And then there's other bots as well that you would have seen, and everyone's most probably tried using one before, where it'll have a couple of predefined questions on here that you can click and only has a predefined answer, and it's not very dynamic, meaning it can't actually talk to you. And so this is where the change is going to come, and everyone is going to be, will end up with chatbots on their website. It will become the new norm, right? So it can reduce up to 30% of support costs, and it can be up to 40% in retail of conversion. I think it's about 20% on service base. So this is what a bad bot looks like, and I picked Andrew's website too from SAE because it's actually quite a lot of information, okay? And I didn't want to use my site, I wanted to use an example here. So in Smart Chat, these are the bots that I've got created here, okay? So we've got 5 bots here. These are the other people that I've created to do demonstrations for that have been waiting for me. And so I'm going to go into SAE. And straight away, you can see everything's nice and clean and simple. And this is just your playground where we can actually test the bot, which I'm going to go through shortly and show you. The first thing I wanted to show you is just like the sources. Okay, so this is where you can actually train your bot on the information about your business so it can handle all the questions. Okay, so the first thing you can see, if I go to a website, I'll click on the right one. His might have come undone, that's all right. I'll just do it off mine. Oh no, it's not going to let me do it. Have I logged into the wrong one? Sometimes we do it live. Alright, I'll just show you through anyway. So in the back here, what you can do is you can have all your information loaded up in here. So this is where we'll have all your website information and save all of your links underneath here. So everything that's on this website, it will be trained on, all the text and information, and then it then has the ability to respond to the customers and any of the questions. And so on top of it, besides being able to do your website and have all your links, you can actually have text, which obviously I haven't saved anything with Andrew because I don't have anything. And then you can upload files and information into here, and of course I don't have any of that. So this is where you put all your customer facing information.
So this is like training your employee. This is the back end where you're feeding it every little bit of information that you've got about your business. So it starts with your website. That's what you put in there, but then you start to feed it with everything else you know. Then you can start to tell it how you want it to interact with your customers. So this is the back end where you train it to be what you want it to be and how you want it to interact with anyone who actually comes to your website. So think of this as like getting a new employee on board and you teaching it what you want it to know about your business.
What have I told you about storing your passwords in your browser?
Okay, sorry, just to log me out. So when we want to save all your passwords in here. That's what we want to be doing. So in here under sources, now log back in. Sorry, log me out. You can see that at the moment, just on the website that I've taken the information from, we've got 1.3 million characters that are on here. And on the website, you can see every single URL and how many characters for every single URL there is, and we've got 28 pages of information just from the website. So your website's quite good, it's got a lot of information on it, which is great, that's what we want. And then of course, like I said, we can put in text files, and the other thing, you can put in all your top 10 questions. Now when people talk to it and respond, if it's not giving the exact response you want, you can refine it. So we all know when you use ChatGPT, sometimes the answer's not exactly what you want. Normally that'll come down to the way that we've trained it, trained the bot. And so with the question and answers, if it doesn't respond, you can actually refine how that question has been answered. So you can actually change the response. And the idea is you just keep tweaking it over time, and then you just don't need to touch it. I find after the first 2 to 3 months of little tweaks, you don't need to touch it again. So you can see we're using GPT-4 Turbo on this particular one. And then if I come down into the chat interface, we can put in initial messages. So how you want it to pop up and show. We've got the logo there. You've got a couple of suggested messages that we can hit down the bottom here. And of course you can add your logo and chat icon and choose your colors and stuff like that. So it's quite a simple layout. Then we can choose in here the model. And in here, besides the model's pretty boring. We can set this up for you. But in here we've actually got personas. So for those who've done the training with us, which everything we spoke about was choosing personas. So in here we've actually pre-built personas to suit a variety of industries, and it will behave and perform in specific ways depending on what you choose. So obviously I have e-commerce for mine, and I've just chosen a service-based one for here. All right, and then I've also said I want it to be brief and direct and question-led. So it gives you that little bit of information there. And the tone of voice, which you could go friendly or professional, whatever you want it to be, which I'll just put friendly on for now.
Doesn't have a stern button.
Hey?
Stern button.
Yeah, the stern button, yeah. So then you can get leads, your notification, and there's a couple other things here that I won't touch on. And so in the playground here, we can say, well, this is where you can test it before it's on the website. Tell me about solar rebates. Oops, hope I spelled it right, wouldn't I? And so what it's doing here, it's a kind of a hybrid thing. So it's going to go and it's checking basically the resources of what Andrew has, and then it's going to come up with a response. So you can see here it's giving it quite a detailed information because I've been very broad in my question. I've told it to be short and direct, and you know, it gives all the information here, assuming that his website's correct, so it should be providing the right information. And it gives you an idea of what the financial incentives, the eligibility criteria, bachelor installation requirements. And so we can sit here and you can see, because of the persona I've asked, would you like more information on how to apply for this rebate or assistance in finding eligible solar battery systems? So I've done it as question-led. That's what you'd want with a service-based industry. So it's prompting the user to keep using it. So then we can get details and have it as a lead. I find with my business being in product-based that people don't want to give their details out very much. But when it comes to the service-based side, which will be just about everyone in here except for AJ. Who else has product-based in here? It's just me and you that do both, yeah. And then with the service-based stuff, people are more inclined to give their information, so then you've got a lead. So for me, this is like having a retail shop or an office where you don't have anyone in there, right? If you have a website where people are going and visiting and you don't have someone sitting there ready to answer questions, then you're missing out on an opportunity for people to interact with your business. So yeah, that kind of gives you basically an overview of how it works. And in the settings, this is where we can get a little bit more specific in what we want to do. So this is where we really set up a lot of the stuff. This is all the custom instructions. All right, and why I'm showing you that, this is important because that's really how we tell it how we want it to behave and how we tailor it to each individual business, because you don't want it to, you want it to respond differently depending on the industry that you're in. And so when it's on a website, this is what it will look like, and I'll just refresh this. So this is obviously just a landing page that I have, so that I've put the code on. And so you can, I think I'm gonna need to relog in. Beautiful.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. And you can see this is basically how it'll act on your website. Again, this is not his website because I don't have access to it. And it's very, very simple to put on. The technology has changed so much that now all it is, you just have to give your IT person that bit of code, and it takes 2 minutes to save on your website, and the bot's there instantly once it's been trained up on all the information.
So we're running out of time. Couple of quick things here too. So that's all the boring bit. Okay. But
That's the whole thing.
But what is really cool, because you do that once, you set it up once, and actually we offer setup service to make sure it performs at your best, because you don't know what you don't know, right? So if you don't know what to put in the back end, you don't know how well it's going to perform, and we offer a service to be able to do that for you. However, what's really cool about this is you get all of these chat logs, so you'll see everything. So who knows what people are coming to your website for at the moment, what they're thinking, what they do, you know nothing. Guess what, if they start to interact with this, you'll know exactly, because you get the full entire chat log. It will prompt, we can set up to prompt to ask them for their phone number and email at the right time. There's all sorts of great features we've got coming along soon that won't be too far away, like voice. So guess what, you turn up on your phone, they can talk to your website. They can say, so tell me about the recruitment services. Can I just get interviewing services? Yes, of course you can. That's something we do and we do really well. Here's how that looks. Could I have your phone number, and I'll get Kelly to give you a call. And you'll see all of that. So, there's all sorts of things. I just want to touch on a few things that are coming. We will integrate this with your Messenger, with your WhatsApp. So guess what? When they come straight to that, they'll get an instant conversation. And think about this. This is like you having a highly trained staff member who's better than any staff member you've ever had, because it doesn't forget. It doesn't have a bad day. It's there to talk to them. Now, you might be thinking in the back of your mind, and this is something you need to get over, well, do I trust AI to talk to customers coming to my... Well, do you trust a human being when you train them, when you train a staff member to talk on your behalf? Of course you do. And guess what? You can trust this even more. Will it make mistakes occasionally, like a human does? Will it give you 95% accuracy and do what you want it to do? Absolutely. And this, guess what does a staff member cost you per year versus this? So it's an absolutely incredible tool. I can guarantee within 5 years, less probably, every website will be having one of this. And as people get used to using AI and ChatGPT, like I said at the start, we don't want to have to search for information anymore. We want to get it instantly by asking a question, and this is what you're actually providing there. In fact, big businesses now, okay, just to really get you to understand the power of this, big businesses have these in their back end website. They're getting rid of managers, they're getting rid of trainers, because guess what? They train an AI to know everything. So if a staff member in a call center or whatever it is needs to know a question, they don't go ask a manager, they just type it straight in. And the AI says, here's what you say, here's how you say it, and here's what we're trying to achieve with it. Do you want any more information? They're saving millions of dollars with training in the back end using this without needing a management team and structure and trainers there to do it. This is coming, it's not going anywhere, and this right now is one way you can really get ahead of the game.
Yeah, there's just two more things that I'll add. So 25% of our enterprises will have this live on their website. So like your Telstra's and all those sort of big companies over the next 12 months to 24 years. If they're moving in that direction, that's what you should be thinking about. It's all about efficiencies right now. You're seeing it happening massively over in America right now, which I won't obviously get into, but efficiency should be your main focus. The other thing that we're doing with the software besides this is static, and to us this is still legacy. As in it's redundant, but where we're going to be taking the software is it's going to act as an agent. So this will become your executive assistant. It'll know all of your incoming communications. It will have the ability to know, once we get these developments done by the end of the year, your outgoing with your emails, and you'll be able to actually talk to it and say, hey, what about this customer? What did I talk to them about at this stage? It'll be able to actually give you that information whenever they've interacted with your business, right? And it'll become an agent. Okay, an agent means that the AI will actually be able to specifically be able to go and do tasks for you. So one of the first things we'll be doing in a couple of months, we'll be bringing like appointment setting and that, where we'll be building appointment settings specifically into the software. It'll be able to manage on the chat, make appointments, change appointments, and actually physically go out and perform tasks for you. And I won't get too deep into that of what it's going to look like, but that's just a very small sample of what it'll be able to do for you. We want this to be basically your go-to person for all directors, any managers, operations, anything along those lines.
Questions?
Yeah, I've got a question. Who is your target group with that particular AI, and also what's the cost involved? Is it kind of a
Sure.
subscription type thing?
Our target group is anyone who's got a website who has people visiting. Just about any business at all. Every business will use AI, and this is literally a customer service representative that is available for anyone who needs one. What our plans that we have are they're in US dollars because we are selling this worldwide. We're starting our advertising campaign across the globe as of next week. Because this can be, and it's already set in all languages as well, so this can be used in any language as well. So 19 US, that works out about 30, so $30 a month is what it starts at. They're really, I don't think there's anyone in here that would really need to be looking at anything more than the basic package, because this is for bigger businesses.
Unless you're doing a lot of advertising and you've got landing pages, because that would be the other place you'd want to be putting a specific bot just trained on the landing paging just for advertising, where you're pushing your leads to that part. But other than that, everyone else would be basically on the 19.
And on that too, what we want is these bots to really perform well for you. So we're offering what we call a white glove onboarding service, where we will train the bot for you and make sure it delivers